If you find yourself with a lot of extra potatoes and you're not sure what to do with them, I've got 2 really good recipes for you today, so stick around. Hi, Debbie Chew here from Chew on Vegan, and welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new here, I'm a plant-based RN and I follow a whole food, plant-based, no oil way of eating. On my channel, you're going to find quick and easy whole food, plant-based recipes, so if that sounds good to you, please subscribe. Be sure to check out the resources below for everything that I offer. Everything from an online course, to a newsletter, to an e-guide, to a Facebook group, so check it out. So I found myself in a little predicament today. I went to the grocery store and I bought a bag of potatoes, and not realizing that I already had a bag in the pantry. So now I have 2 bags of potatoes. So I needed to make a couple potato recipes, and I came up with these 2. One of the recipes is going to be a twice baked potato casserole, and it's going to be low fat, weight loss friendly, so be sure to stick around for that. And the second one is going to be a potato and leek soup. You know, I make a soup every week, and I love soups because they are great for weight loss, and then you have something in the refrigerator to eat during the week. So it's really handy, it's a time saver, and it will help you remain consistent because you will have something that is healthy in the fridge. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so the potatoes are done. Just to recap, they were put into the oven at 375. These took about an hour, but anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour until they're fork tender. And now the next step is going to be to get all the goodies in here that's going to go into our twice baked potato casserole. So first up, I'm going to add some onions. This is about a half a cup, a few chives. You could use green onion, but chives are much better in this recipe. And then I've got some spinach, spices, salt, garlic, onion powder, and then I'm going to be using my plant-based cheese sauce. I'm not really going to measure, and we can add more. I'm going to start with, this is probably 1.5 cups, 2 cups. Then I've got some soy milk, but I'm going to wait to put that in. So I'm just going to give this a stir. Then we're going to add our baked potatoes right into this bowl. Then I like to just kind of open them up a little bit. Makes it easier to mash. Because the skins do get a little bit crispy in the oven. So you want a consistency about like this. I'm going to add just a little bit of soy milk, and I warmed it up, maybe like a 1/4 cup, just because I don't want it to be dry, and it will make it creamier. Okay, now we're just going to put it into a casserole dish. So kind of smooth it out. And then I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of smoked paprika on the top just for a little color. This will go back in the oven at 375 for 20-25 minutes. You want it to be a little crispy around the edges. Alright, while this is cooking, we're going to start on that soup. So to start off our soup, we're going to get these leeks cleaned. If you've never worked with leeks, they're very, very dirty. They've got a lot of sand, so you want to cut off the ends. And then you're going to cut off the dark green part. You can compost this or save it for something else. Then you want to cut them down the middle. And then you're going to take it over the sink and you're going to just rinse and get all these layers clean. This one isn't too bad actually. All right, I'm gonna go wash these up and then I'm gonna show you, see there's dirt on here. I'm gonna go wash these up and then I'll show you how I put this all together. All right, so I've chopped up 2 stalks of celery, an onion. I've got my leeks all washed up. I'm gonna chop them up. I've got some garlic, some veggie broth, a little plant milk, and then my potatoes. Let's get it over here. And my potatoes, I've got about 4 cups. I just have them in water so they won't turn brown. So on the leeks, you turn the flat side down, and then we're just going to thinly slice them. So you're going to get pieces like that. I'm going to finish slicing the leeks and then I'll meet you over at the stove. We're going to get this all together and you won't believe how easy this is. I have my nonstick pot here and I've got it heated up and I'm going to add the onions, celery, and the leeks. And we're going to let these saute for about 5 minutes. I'm not going to add any water just yet. These will release some moisture, so I think that will be good enough. But if it does get too dry, I will add some water. So 5 minutes on these. Okay, I did end up adding about a tablespoon of water. Now we're going to add the garlic and the spices, and I forgot to tell you about the spices. This is thyme, and I'm not going to add any salt just yet because I want to taste this at the end because my broth has salt in it and it just might be enough, so I would wait to the end. So I'm just going to let this go for another 1 or 2 minutes, and I'm on medium heat, by the way. Okay, next step is we're going to add in the potatoes. I forgot to tell you, I'm going to add in about a cup and a half of cauliflower. I just had this left over and I figured why not throw it in. And then we'll just mix everything around for a minute or so, just so everything gets coated with the garlic and the thyme. Now we're going to add the broth, add the plant milk. And you want to make sure that everything's covered with liquid. And I think that looks pretty good. All right, we're going to bring this to a boil. Then we're going to simmer it covered with the lid kind of, I want to put the lid kind of like that. We'll let that simmer for about 20-25 minutes. While the soup is still cooking, I thought I'd try the twice baked potato casserole. I added a little bit of cheese sauce on there and some chives. So let's give it a taste. Absolutely perfect. This will definitely be a crowd pleaser. So when the soup is done cooking over there, I'm going to use my immersion blender. I'm not going to make it completely smooth. I like to have my potato soup a little more rustic, so there'll be a little bit of chunks in there, and then I'll give it a taste. All right, so I did my immersion blender, and then I'm adding some kale, because you know I can't have a soup without greens in it. Just about a cup and a half. And we'll just let this wilt in here for about 5 minutes. You can see there's a few little chunks in here, so not quite smooth. All right, I'll give this about 5 minutes and then I'll plate it up and give it a taste. All right, finished product. Let's give it a taste. It's hot. Get a little chunk of potato here. That is so good, so satisfying. This is going to taste so good this week. I usually make a soup every week and then I eat it throughout the week, and it's just really handy to have in the fridge. So give this one a try for sure. So I hope you enjoyed this video about what to do if you have extra potatoes. These two recipes are great. Be sure to check out all the resources in the description box, and also the full recipes will be down below. And if you've made it this far in the video, please comment below with potatoes, and that way I know you made it to the end with me, and I really appreciate it. Remember, all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet, and what you put on your plate determines your fate and your weight. Until next time, thank you. And be sure to check out all the resources in the description box below to find out, and don't forget to check out all the resources in the description box below. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the, oh my god. So I've got a non-skillet pot. Oh my god, I can't talk.